That game was a war. The physical battle, North Central. We know already, obviously, that how good they are, how physical, and we knew we were coming down into a tough situation, and really pleased with how we. One of the things that we're doing well is we talk about staying in the fight, and you can't get discouraged and then let something else soften you a little bit later. And the guys really did a great job with that today. And sometimes I'm kind of myself thinking, feeling sorry for myself, and then somebody comes and makes a play, and it's been a big deal. But really proud of our guys.
Yes, Coach, that second half, going into halftime, we had 39 yards rushing, and then that second half just came out and just really seemed to something switched there with those two 14-play drives of 77 and 93 yards. What changed there?
We didn't have penalties. I think we did have one, but we overcame it. It was a false start. But we had a couple penalties that hurt us early, and that is one thing when you're coaching. I notice it if I'm watching a game on TV better, that you can just there's reasons why something's not going. It wasn't that we weren't running. We're good at taking 3 yards, and we're okay with that. So North Central's ridiculous up front, and they were crashing in on our counter play, and they were bottling us up there. So they were making it tough, but we also shot ourselves in the foot with some penalties that were that just stalled drives, and so that screwed us up. And then from there, we just came at halftime and just felt like we wanted to make a few adjustments and kind of do some different things, but stay with who we are. We've talked about that all year. We just got to be who we are and go there. And these guys just make plays. Our offensive line they're just cohesive, and they're finding ways to get her done. Our defensive line just puts on so much pressure, and then along with the backers, it's amazing. And then gives us secondary doesn't have to stand there all day. And then and Jaran just did a great job leading our offense. So, it's just if you run the ball, you got to run the ball. And so we're not going to get out of that. And so in second half, we're just kind of pounding it, and that's what we felt like we needed to do, even though it felt like it was a brick wall we were going into.
So, Jack, can you talk a little bit about that brick wall that Coach is referencing, but again, being able to put two huge drives together like that to really change the momentum of the game?
Yeah, for sure. The beginning of the game was tough to run the ball. There are a bunch of dudes up there at 290, 260, 300 pounds. And we knew that on film, and we knew it was going to be a battle. Something Coach Richards said all week, there's going to be a strain when it starts, but it's who's going to finish that strain. I think we did a really good job of coming together in the third quarter and just fighting and staying in the fight.
So Jaran, statistically one of your best days, throwing the ball 15 for 20, but yet didn't have as many rushing yards as kind of normal. What were they doing that kind of forced you to be able to really beat them through the air the way you did?
Sure, like Jack kind of mentioned it, those guys are some dudes up front, so they were taking away a lot of those belly plays, a lot of those keep plays that I've been so successful on all year, and the offensive line has done a great job up front. We did a little bit of it early and got back to it later in the game to chew some clock, but it's just a testament to the coaching staff saying, you know what, they take one thing away, we're going to beat them through the air, and they kind of put us in some good positions. We took advantage of some things they were doing in the secondary through the air, and I thought our wide receivers did a great job. There's kind of a thing all week where we got to win 50-50 balls, we got to win matchups, and I thought our wide receivers did a great job winning those matchups and winning those 50-50 balls. Their corners are very long, very athletic, and our wide receivers matched that and played a phenomenal game as a receiver core altogether.
Yeah, so Kyle, with the defense, especially in that second half and especially in the fourth quarter, it felt like kind of maybe a defensive lineman's dream where you know they're going to have to throw the ball and let's go get them.
Yeah, it makes it easier when they're one-dimensional for sure, but our coaches were in our ears, like, they're going to break, and eventually in that fourth quarter, we were trying to get after him the first 3 quarters of play, and then just finally came in the fourth quarter.
Anybody else have any questions?
They're really explosive offensively, and so keeping that pressure on, and then they'd make a play, and it was just it was a great football game, you know, and somebody had to lose, and that's a sad deal and everything, but it was a great football game.
I just have one more question, Kyle. You just talk about the difference, defensively when you come out there after your offense sustains really long drives. I know they're probably really feeling like they got to push, right? Even if there's a lot of time left.
Yeah, that's huge when they're on the field and we're not. We're able to catch our breath a little bit, and they did an awesome job. We have so much fun watching the big boys up front just dominate. So that's a treat, and then that's momentum for us, and we like to carry that into the next drive for us.
It's a big thing with those dudes up front. I mean, Tim mentioned 39 rushing yards at half, but we kind of are who we are. We wear it on our sleeves. We're a physical downhill running team. We didn't get away from that, and our guys up front did a great job. And I got a halftime. Someone said, the more physical team's going to win this game, and we're a very physical team. And I think that throughout this year we've been able to handle opponents just out physicaling them. But I think that North Central was one of those teams that really matched our physicality, and that's just a testament to those dudes up front that kept pounding, keep pounding, and Gibbous and I just did a good job of finding those holes that those dudes made, because they're somewhere. So
Part of the success against us with 39 yards rushing in the first half was I didn't know that till now, but they're bringing safeties, and so that's what kind of helped us know that we could pop the one to Pitlack. So the touchdown that we did have was kind of based off they're bringing an extra guy to the run.